Spider-Man, Spider-Man. See where I'm going? Do you see what's coming? Here comes the Spider-Man. Hey everyone, this is PS Mr. Collector. Welcome to another episode. Today, I had not planned on doing this one at all today. But for the last 2 days, it has been pouring Spider-Man. Yeah. And here's the thing, I don't know if you guys have noticed, and that really just had the realization yesterday, that who's ever putting these Spider-Man's figures together, as far as the design and the creativity that goes behind them, I've noticed that more than any other figures on a consistent, they are killing it. Yeah, I think whoever is behind this loves Spider-Man because the dioramas that are coming with the Spider-Man are amazing. The accessories are incredible. The different looks are so different from the other. I mean, they're just so like blowing my mind. Yeah. So I've been having some catching up to do, and part of it is that there were a couple of figures I wasn't sure if I was gonna get. Other figures took priority. You know how that goes. And then I put some on order. And then you know how that goes. Maybe a year longer. COVID hit, screwed things up even more so. And then all of a sudden, I got like one message after another, and I looked and I was like, oh, the shipment coming in, shipment coming in. I looked and they were all Spider-Man. I was like, what? Yeah, so once I got my second one and I realized that the setup, it requires space. So I had to immediately go look at my cabinets. I had to go check out what the space is. So then I realized that space to accommodate these is gonna change drastically. So with that said, after today's video, I'm gonna go into my other studio and record a tour of the setup now, because the thing is that I really like the way it looks. Yeah, and that's an issue that we have, right? That when we're limited for space, if you want to put something in that you really want, something else is gonna suffer. So I am trying to be smart about it so that I get the most out of my collection, and at the same time I want to enjoy my collection and appreciate it, and not use it as storage for another figure and another figure and another figure. Right? Because we want to display it all, but the reality is that when you do that, you miss out. So I want to be smart about it. So can we talk about mail?
You've got mail.
Yeah, let's just get right into it. Without further ado. Woo! You know what time it is? It's mail time!
It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
I was not going to do a Spider-Man video at all. But would you not know that today I get another one? So then I looked and I was like, just on Spider-Man alone, that's a video. If I were to incorporate the other figures that I wanted to do today in this video, it would be too damn long. So, my friends, thinking of you, let's get with it. Oh, wow. I'm like, I don't even know where to start. So let's start from like something that has been out for a long time, for a while. Maybe 2019, maybe? I have to look at the date. Maybe 2020. In the collector's world, 2 years ago, is old news because there's so many figures that are coming out like on a year basis. If you think about like how many have come out in 1 year, ooh, it's overwhelming. And I've gotten to the point where now I could say, you know what? I don't need that one for my collection. And that actually feels kind of good. You know, versus sometimes you go through that things like, oh, I gotta get it all, right? And I got to the point where like, you know what? My collection is looking pretty darn good the way it is. So now I'm really paying attention to what it is that I incorporate into my collection. And sometimes it's a little tough, but once I make that decision, I'm like, so I'll give you an example, real quick example. You know, I'm a little torn. I ordered from Mattel Creations the Masters of the Universe Snake Mountain. But it's one of those that you have to put together. And it's like 3,000 something pieces. And that's what my dilemma is. I'm not really sure that I love the look of that, right? If I could tell every peg, because it is a whole different look on its own, just like Legos, which I don't have any. But part of it is because I just don't want to put stuff together. So this piece looks amazing. So I have to think about how much time I'm going to invest to finally put it together when I have so many other things to do. Like I prefer to be doing some artwork. You know what I'm saying? So then the other thing is that the figures that it comes with are micro. I don't have any micro. So it's not like I could add the figures that I have onto the set. So, and then, you know, as far as what width goes, it's only 24 inches, which is not really that big. I think there's some height. So with being the micro figures, that will make sense, right? But if I put my other figures in it, they're gonna look ridiculous. So for the first time, I'm considering canceling. Yeah, and part of it is that, you know, if it was not that much money, I would go like, okay, well, you know, I could always gift it. But it's a pretty price. So I think by this afternoon, I'm going to make my decision on that. Yeah, because I'm torn. I can look at it and I'm like, well, it looks pretty cool. And then I'm like, oh, and I do have a nice, Masters of the Universe He-Man collection going. As a matter of fact, my guy right here, who I truly love, yeah, Merman, right? You know, another really cool figure. And I want to have the best way to display him, right? So with that, I have him just sitting on the shelf for now until I figure out a way of incorporating him so that he looks good, because this guy's stunning. I mean, look at the creativity of this. Amazing, right? And then I also have Hordak. And I have him in the box because I don't have somewhere where I could like showcase them together. So see what I'm saying? I'm a little torn with that. So not until I find that space am I going to go, all right, now let me bring in the others as well. So we'll see about that. Yeah, so in the meantime, he has a little safe place to stay there. And the other thing too is that because he has so many like crevices and creases in the figure itself, I prefer to keep them dust free. So think about that as well, because cleaning that is just not fun, right? So keep that in mind. All right. Now, this figure that I was talking about is stunning. And I already set it up how I want to put it in the display cabinet. So you're going to get a treat right now. Yeah, so check this out. Oh, it is Spider-Man, the sleeve suit. Oh, do you see that? Look at that. Oh, wow. That that base is unbelievable. And then you see his, yeah, I pulled up his eyes so you can see Peter Parker's eyes in there. So that's awesome, right? Tom Holland. That's a pretty cool feature. And I totally forgot about it until I looked at the manual, and then I was like, oh, that is awesome. And that's probably one of the things that sold me, right? That it made it a little more personal to the collection. And then check this out. Are you ready? Oh. That I was not expecting. I had no idea that it was going to do that. I don't remember seeing anybody who showcased it who did that. So that is fantastic. Yeah, I didn't know if you guys knew that, but look at that, huh? Yeah, that's great. But see, do you see what I'm talking about as far as the space? Now, as far as height goes, I could always maneuver his legs so they're not as high and still get the same effect, right? So that I'm not that concerned about, but he demands space. So, and you got to give it to him because this is amazing, right? I know, crazy. Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm so glad that I got him because I really have been toying about, how I get it. I've been toying with the idea, and so glad, so glad. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, and and the same thing, the base of from I think it was Far From Home, where it was Mysterio, right? And then the Spider-Man figure came with like I forget what you call them, the flying flying spaceship saucers type of thing. And that setup, that whole diorama set is also height and width in need of, right? So that's two figures already that are demanding some space. And then comes in the third figure. Another one that I was definitely not interested because this has to do with Spider-Man, the video game, which I do not know. I know nothing about video games. Sorry to admit that. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I bought, I don't know if you can see behind him, the 1942 miniature video game. And it's got the joystick and everything, and it really works. So I got that so that I could do some practicing. That's right. I know, sad, right? But once again, I don't have the time to play. I don't have the time to play like that, but I thought that'd be pretty cool to set it up. Anyway, so the video Spider-Man came out, and one thing that sold me, there were two things actually. The classic suit, right? With all this new technology and all the new Spider-Mans and everything, we forgot what the classic guy looks like, and I gotta say the classic suit still reigns. Yeah, it looks freaking great. So this setup is so unique, and I gotta commend the designers of this setup because it was so easy to put together and so effective. And the genius behind the engineering, unbelievable. So good. So I can't show you the whole base altogether because I don't have him with the waist grabber. On the black one I do because that is fabric. The other one is rubber. And I already heard some people complaining about their waist grabbers, and if they would have been listening to my videos, they would know that I'm always against those, especially when it comes to any type of rubber, or on the Star Wars figures when it comes to artillery on the belts, on the waist, the space grabber pushes them. And in one of mine, they snapped, and that was a big lesson. Never do that again. But on the space grabbers for these figures, I knew never to do it. And sure enough, I started hearing other people doing it. I was like, yeah, it's a big one. So here, check him out. I have him freestanding, and he actually looks pretty good. So, right? So I changed his hands to have him holding the newspaper, and then he's pointing to the article. Right? Remember, he works for the newspaper, the Daily Bugle, and that's so perfect. That's so perfect, right? So love that. And one thing that I thought was pretty cool that they did here, I'm just gonna set them up here, that they did is that they gave not just one sheet, but two. And on both sides of every sheet, there's print. And most of the stories are about Spider-Man. That is pretty cool. Right? I want to make sure that I got it. No. There you go. Try that. And then, hey, yeah, pretty cool. Are you ready for the diorama on that, on this figure? I mean, are you ready to be blown away? Because I'm telling you, I saw it in pictures and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I had no idea until I actually held it. And the weight of it is actually really good. It's thick cardboard. Not flimsy. It's not gonna, the corners aren't gonna fold or bend. You know what I'm talking about. So check this out. Oh my God, so good. So let's see how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna show you the back first. So that is the scorpion. Oh, so good. And then this is the inside of a room, and you can see the light socket, right? The plug, right? Isn't that awesome? Right? That little detail. But with that, the way they did this is awesome. I just want to be careful. Here we go. Oh, so he came also with a little cell phone. Put that right there. And there is a hand that is actually the grabber for the phone, which is pretty cool. But check this out. Oh, do you see this? All right, so I want to show you what the background is. And so this part here that you add to the top, the little roof lip here, it actually is magnetic, fits in really easily, genius. And then the brickwork is fantastic. And it's, the graffiti is pretty sweet, right? And then on the other side, which I think is fantastic, look at that. That's awesome. And look at the glass. Yeah, so you could bend the bar to come through the hole, and then he could be anywhere on the building. And then the scorpion, right? You could pull him out this side, right? Or even through here if you can. So the different ways that you can maneuver it. The one thing they suggest is be careful with it forcing it too much the opposite way, because the balance is going to go off. However, this figure, sweet, very simple. It comes with some different eye shape changes, different hand sculpts, pretty cool. Definitely some webbing available, and then his phone. So it's all about the diorama set. That's really what it's all about. And I am so happy. Yeah. I mean, freaking awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So, ready for the next one? Oh. All right, so now you know 3 of them, right? Killer demand for space. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah, so I think that I can make it work, but I have a feeling something is gonna miss out on. So we'll see, right? Because I'm thinking, okay, I still have Gwen coming. She has to be with Spidey. Yeah, all right. And speaking of Gwen, are you ready for Latino Spidey? Yeah, Latino. Right? times are changing. So I saw Into the Spider-Verse. Loved it. I wasn't even sure that I was going to dig it. And all of a sudden, I'm watching it twice. And I really do that. And I think I need to watch it again because I just got seriously, literally just came in an hour ago. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Miles Morales, Bodega Catsuit. And from what I understand, in my culture, bodega is store. So it's like a store-bought catsuit. That's what I'm thinking. So after pulling out some of the accessories, I was like, I think I need to watch it again just to make certain connections because he came with a lot of accessories. Yeah, he came with quite a bit. And I love that. So check this out. I have no idea. I can't remember what this box is about. Secret mission. That's the only thing I could think of. Why is it wrapped in the bugle paper? I don't remember that. So once I figured I see that, then I'll know how I want to display him with this box. Right? So that's cool that they incorporated that. And then they incorporated some other cool things that I have no idea what they are. So I'm gathering that this is like some type of addition for his backpack when you put the cat in. Right? So that's what that may be. Then this here is so cool. It is like a journal, like a book with all kinds of notes and drawings in it. And you see that? It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, and then some blank paper, right? And then this one also came with a little stand for something. Like I said, I have no idea. I haven't even looked into this. I literally just pulled it out. And then what? This little coffee cup, right? And then, of course, cell phone. And then his headphones. And then, here, let's put those on. Cool. And then his buddy. I love this. Yeah. So here's his cat in his most peculiar position. And the only thing I could think of is that he's like sitting like that. You see that? So cool. And then he came with these, I guess, like lightning thing, or maybe one attached to his skates. I don't know. I have to see. I haven't seen the photos of how to use this yet, but I don't remember that at all. Then his backpack is nice and it's sturdy. It's like solid. Yeah, look at that. I want this backpack. Right? That is nice. And then that's what I was saying that I don't have it figured out yet, but see, it has this other piece that goes with it. And I think that this is attached to that like that. And then you put the cat inside. That's what I'm thinking, right? You know, sometimes I love figuring out how things go together. Like at that Spider-Man base, I figured it out before I saw the pictures, like the base, the scorpion part. So I love figuring that out. So this is intriguing. And then one of the things that I am quite sure that pushed me over the bend as to getting this figure, there were two things. One was definitely the cat. And the cat, there are two of them. One, the one that I just showed you. And then this one is the one that goes in the backpack. I was just surprised how long it is, because I don't know if the top of that opens up, how it works, or if he goes behind it. Oh, do you see how long he is? Right? I mean, yeah, that is sweet. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, you know what? He may just go in the back of it and then kind of like that type of thing. So I don't know, maybe the center does open up because you can see he is the right length, right? Yeah, it's just that in the back of the bag, and you can see there's like an indentation. So I had to scope that out. I know, so cute. Yeah, that's awesome. But my favorite part, and I cannot wait to like, hook him up. Oh my God. Did I show you the cell phone? Hey, who is he calling? I don't have my glasses on. Can't see. Who knows? Oh, good. These look like they're going to be easy to put on. Are these like killer or what with little jets? Oh my God. Yeah. And I feel like, I swear, like I need to like have them like going up like a wall or something. I don't know. Yeah. And with this one, I might use the space grabber because he has fabric. Are you ready to see him? Yeah. The space grabber's not on him. Not yet, because like I said, I just pulled him out, but he's pretty cool looking. Ready? Oh, look at that. Yeah, my little Morales here. He is just cool. Hey. Yeah. Okay, so let me just give you a heads up now so that you're not disappointed when you find out that underneath the sweatshirt, there is no Spider-Man suit. None. Underneath the sweatshirt, it's just more black fabric. Yeah, and actually the top of this, the bottom is the rubberized, like the Spider-Man suit, but the top of it is actually like a nylon, which is why I'm okay with putting the waist grabber on this. Right? Pretty cool design. I mean, yeah, they nailed it. But I just want to give you a heads up that if you think that you could remove the sweatshirt and you have another Spider-Man, it's going to look a little bit odd. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Right? Tennis shoes, but now with the skates. Oh, that's going to be great. That's going to be really good. I know, right? Yeah, and then the base on this, that was a coffee. Oops, smell the coffee. Yeah. Right. Same spider as the classic suit. Sweet. Yeah. So there you have it. 3 Spider-Mans that now I have to add to the collection. I have Cyborg Spider-Man coming, I think, tomorrow. So that's 4. I think I could only put 6 on one shelf. So if that's 4, and then I had to figure out, and then I got Peter Parker and Ned Lee's his buddy as well. So then I have Mysterio and Electro. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So we'll see. So that's why I want to do the tour next, so that you can see what I'm talking about. All right, my friends. Oh my God, I'm going to have so much fun. Hope you guys are having fun too. Have a great one. Please don't forget, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I know. Really cool, fun stuff. Take care, my friends. See ya.